Shalom, all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Kodesh. Double honors unto the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, who are the true leaders of Israel today. And salutations to all of the Achiom who do this work in truth and sincerity, who risking their lives and their freedoms to do so, as well as the scattered Israelites who come looking like the heathen, but are not, by way of their forefathers' seeds, who are Israelite men. The true name of the Most High is Yahweh, and his son's name is Yahushai. And the Lord's holy chosen people are the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, as we're the ones who are suffering under the curses in the book of Deuteronomy. My name is Akalio, and this video is about the times that we're in, man. Famine of the word prophecy. Alright, and so y'all know what time it is, man. As you can see from the title of this article, EU declares non-compliant citizens who reject digital ID will be banned from the internet. Alright, so a few things to take note of already. The digital ID as we know it is the stepping stone towards the microchip, which is the mark of the beast. Alright, it's that stepping stone where they are consolidating all of your information and putting it into one place. Right, which the microchip itself is a digital device that is used to make digital payments, used to open doors, right? It is an identifier that has an individual's identification documents, financial documents, medical records, anything about the individual is put on the microchip. All right, so we know that it is the mark of the beast. And so when they introduced this digital identification system, knowing how the microchip works, we were able to see that this digital ID is a stepping stone, right? It's consolidating all of your information into one place. The same way that the microchip is a digital device with all of your information consolidated into one place. So when it is that the prophecy comes to pass, when it is made mandatory worldwide in order to buy and sell, right? They would already have a system in place where they will simply just very conveniently transfer the digital ID onto the microchip. All right, it is all gradually happening, right? And this system coming in is getting people used to living in a certain type of way, which is where they go to one thing for all of their needs or almost all of their needs, right? That is how the microchip will be functioning. Okay, because the microchip being that digital device, when people go out to make any kind of purchases, they're using the microchip. When they're going for any kinds of services, they have to use a microchip. This is where the world is heading towards. And this is Esau's digital slavery system that he's implementing right now. That is his new world order that he calls his fourth industrial revolution, digital age, intelligence age. It is a slavery system, digital slavery system. And he's building these digital prisons, which are the 15-minute cities and the smart cities, all right, to put the people up in there. And then the people being Esau's slaves, Esau, the so-called white man, the rulers of this wicked kingdom, right, he's going to mark his slaves with that microchip, which is the mark of the beast. And so this digital device, or rather this digital ID, that is being implemented all around the world. Why? Because it's a one world agenda. Right, and this is Esau's kingdom. Job chapter 9 and verse 24, the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. So Esau, right, has his power, you know, upon all of the leaders of these nations. All right, this is his kingdom. All right, so they're all pushing forward with his agenda. All of these countries around the world are building up the infrastructure in order to facilitate the microchip on that mandatory and global scale. All right, and so you have different pieces you know, of the system being built up from the central bank digital currencies. Why? They're digitalizing the money. Why? Because the microchip is going to be the way to make payments, and the microchip is a digital device that makes digital payments. They have no use for cash. All right. And then also they're developing the digital public infrastructure, which are those 15-minute cities, smart cities, and then the digital ID, right? Which I already explained is a stepping stone of consolidating all of your information into one place, getting people used to living in this type of way. When the prophecy is fulfilled, they would already have a system ready to go that is so convenient, they just transfer it on, right? So this digital ID, right, it shows us that everything is intended to be connected to it, right? From your biometrics and identification to all of your travel documents, from travel and mobility, healthcare, financial services, food and sustainability, humanitarian response, smart cities, telecommunications, e-government, social platforms, e-commerce. So the digital ID already showed us, even before this announcement, right, that your internet profile is going to be attached to your digital ID. Your social media profile is going to be attached to your digital ID. And remember, your digital ID is completely unique to you, which will contain your biometrics, which are unique per individual, right? So this thing where they're saying that EU declares non-compliant citizens who reject the digital ID will be banned from the internet, it's par for the course, right? As I just showed that your social media, your e-commerce, which is, your internet profile is going to be attached to your digital ID. So it is going to be required. This is what they're doing, right? So it says the European Union is turning the internet into a permission-based system where ordinary citizens must surrender their digital ID to participate in modern society. European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen is fast-tracking plans that will require every social media user to provide government-approved digital ID just to log in, right? So to get onto the internet, you're going to have your digital ID login. All right. So what does that mean for us? Okay. How is that relevant to us? So firstly, Amos 8 and verse 11, behold, the days come, saith the Lord Yahweh, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor a thirst for water, but of hearing the words of the Lord Yahweh. All right. So the Lord right now has his prophets, all right, prophesying the word of Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai, the full and complete doctrine. All right. Starting with the elder apostle Tahar of Great Millstone. Right, and then all of us who follow the full and complete doctrine, right? So the Lord is going to pull away his spirit from the world. It is there now. The Lord is extending his hand, right? Extending mercy unto the children of Israel, telling you to repent now, right? While the doors of mercy are open, but there's going to come a time where it is going to be shut. And once it's shut, there will be no more repentance to be had. All right, those who are meant to enter into the ark would have entered it, which those individuals would be those of the elect of the nation of Israel, right? And it's not a physical ark that's being built right now. It is a spiritual ark, right? But the doors are going to shut, right? So the famine of the word, where you will no longer see the prophets of Yahweh Shemisha and the highways and byways, and then we won't be able to push this word via the social media anymore. And the main social media is what? The YouTube, right? So the Lord is going to bring this about, right? So we're not going to be prophesying, right, soon, okay? Because this prophecy is going to be fulfilled soon, man, given the times that we're in, okay? And so you can see here, right, Esau has already made all kinds of putting certain laws and whatever that he can remove us off of the highways and byways. And he's done the same thing on the internet space, right, where he's putting certain laws and regulations and certain things that, when you sign up to a website or whatever and you join a website, you have to agree to the conditions and terms. They can remove us, but the thing is, it's not in the power of their hand. It is all in the power of Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai. So Esau can't stop this word from going out. The Lord is going to allow it to go out to for the elect of the nation of Israel to receive it, and then the Lord is going to bring in the famine of the word, right? Because then that's it. All right. And so what is at hand? Great judgment. Okay. So media plans that will require every social media user to provide government approved digital ID just to log in, which means that right now, what is our current predicament with the YouTube and how Esau is fighting us in the way that he's fighting us? He shadow bans the videos, he does stuff like that, but he also truthfully, wrongfully, will ban our videos and ban our channels. Okay, so when it is that he does that, we circumvent the system by simply creating another email and creating another YouTube channel and keep pushing the word, right? Business as usual. But with this new system that's coming in and coming in speedily, what's going to happen? They're going to launch the digital ID. It's going to be a worldwide thing, right? This is what they're doing country to country. All right, Jamaica already has a digital ID launched out here. It's just that it's not in use, but it is launched, the NIDS. All right, and so when it is that they start pushing forward with their draconian rule, more viciously, right? Then when the time comes that it is required to log into the internet using that digital ID, once it is that they ban us off of the YouTube, we won't be able to push the word anymore, right? Or however they implement the system, they could just do a general ban and you just can't even access the internet based off of your login, right? That's how it can be. Okay, so that's what it is, man. All right, with this whole system coming in, they easily can just block us and ban us off of it, man, and we won't have any way to create another channel and keep pushing. So they will essentially block us off of the internet. And this internet, man, has been a very powerful tool to bring together the nation of Israel, right? The elder apostles of Great Millstone didn't have to travel around the four corners of the earth. The Lord created this internet for this word to go out to the elect of the nation of Israel. It's a very beautiful thing. Deuteronomy 33 and verse 17, his glory is like the firstling of his bullock, and his horns are like the horns of unicorns. With them he shall push the people together to the ends of the earth, and they are the 10,000s of Ephraim, and they are the thousands of Manasseh. Right? So this unicorn is the internet that has brought the elect of the nation of Israel together. Right? This is a spiritual thing, man. Right? And the scriptures say in the book of Psalms, 19 and verse 4, their line is gone out through all the earth, and their words to the end of the world. In them hath he set a tabernacle for the sun. All right, so this word has gone out, man. That line, that's internet, right, has gone out to the four corners of the word of Yahweh Shemisha has gone out to the four corners of the earth by way of this internet. So this is its main purpose, man. It's not for people's entertainment purposes and whatever other things. It is the Lord created it for the purposes of this word to go out to the elect of the nation of Israel. All right, and it has gone out, which means that destruction is on its way. Matthew 24 and verse 14, and this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations, and then shall the end come. All right, so this word has gone out, man, to the four corners of the earth, right? And you can see the times that we're in. We're in the time of Bible prophecy being fulfilled. We're no longer prophesying and saying it is coming, it is now here, and things are just ramping up gradually, man. But you see, once it is that the Lord makes it pop off in a very serious way, it's going to be popping off, man, back to back to back, because the scriptures say it, man, that the plagues draw nigh and are not slack, and the Lord likens it unto childbirth in the book of 2nd Esdras, right? Where the water breaks, right? What happens during childbirth? Water breaks, the contractions are felt. The closer it is that the child is to being birthed, the contractions are more frequent and more painful. So it is going to be terrors upon terrors upon terrors, suffering upon suffering, and the Lord has warned about all these things, man. All right, and so the Lord is going to pull away his word from you people. And the thing is, once that time comes, man, the Lord is going to have a spirit upon us. All right, in the book of Ezekiel 3 and verse 26, and I will make thy tongue cleave to the roof of thy mouth, that thou shalt be dumb and shalt not be a reprover, for they are a rebellious house, right? They're a rebellious house, man. The wicked unbelieving of our people, they're rebellious. So guess what? Due to their rebellion, the Lord is going to destroy them, right? In the book of Proverbs chapter 1, it explains it very beautifully, man. The Lord sent out his prophets, right? And the Lord expresses what he's saying through the mouth of his prophets that he has sent. He has warned you, children of Israel, told you everything. Nothing is hidden, man. Everything is revealed and told, right? And you people reject. Okay? So the Lord, for your rejection and your denial of our power, the Lord is going to destroy you. This is the way that you'll enter into the kingdom. All right? But we, okay, as it says, and I will make thy tongue cleave to the roof of thy mouth, right? So all of a sudden, these men that you saw at one time, right, prophesying and rebuking and warning, right, for your own good, right, which it is love, okay, your correction, all right, it's not going to happen anymore, man. The Lord is going to put the Spirit upon us to no longer speak, okay, no longer prophesy, okay, and at that point in time, man, very fearful times, okay, so y'all know what time it is. Those of you in this truth, we're very close, man. Any day this thing can just happen too, where they make certain moves to remove us, right? Because they getting ready to make that big push towards that microchip, man, which means that for all these videos that we've done speaking about the topic, you know what it is. Y'all remember what happened during the 2020 times, okay? So they will just strike and delete and prevent, you know, but that's just what it is, because Bible prophecy is going to be fulfilled, the famine of the word. All right, so with that, all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Kodesh, Shalom.